What happens when the most dangerous faction in WWE history decides the chaos isn't over? What happens when three men who tore the wrestling world apart piece by piece decide they're not done breaking bones and shattering dreams? Brothers and sisters, I need you to sit down for this one because what you're about to witness is the return of absolute destruction incarnate. Tonight on Slamzone, we're diving deep into the moment that sent shockwaves through every wrestling arena on planet Earth. The moment when Dean Ambrose walked back through those curtains, locked eyes with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and reminded everyone why the Shield doesn't ask for permission. They take what they want. And right now, they want blood. Before we go any further, I need something from you. If you're feeling what I'm feeling right now, if that electricity is running through your veins like it's running through mine, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Slamzone family. Because we're about to embark on a journey together, you and me, breaking down the most explosive, the most emotional, the most brutal moments in wrestling history. And trust me when I say this, you don't want to miss a single second of what's coming. Smash that notification bell because when moments like this happen, when history gets rewritten in real time, I need you here with me. I need you in the front row. Are you ready? Let's do this. Raw 2025. The arena is packed. Shoulder to shoulder, wall to wall, the energy is suffocating. You can taste the anticipation in the air. Something's brewing. The crowd knows it. They can feel it in their bones. Roman Reigns stands in the center of the ring, the tribal chief, muscles tensed, jaw clenched, staring down the hard camera with those killer eyes that have made grown men question their life choices. Seth Rollins beside him, pacing like a caged animal, rolling his shoulders, cracking his neck. These two have been through wars together. They've bled together. They've conquered together. But something's missing. Someone's missing. And then the lights flicker. Just once. Just enough to make your heart skip. The crowd erupts into this deafening roar that shakes the foundation of the building. Women are screaming. Men are losing their minds. Signs are flying in the air. Because they know. Somehow, some way, they know what's about to happen. Roman and Seth exchange a glance. Not a word spoken. They don't need words. You can see it in their eyes. The understanding. The brotherhood. The unfinished business. The entrance ramp goes dark. Complete blackness. And in that darkness, in those 3 seconds that feel like 3 lifetimes, every person in that arena is holding their breath. Commentary has gone silent. Michael Cole's voice is caught in his throat. Corey Graves has nothing clever to say. Because this isn't the time for clever. This is the time for legend. And then it hits. That music. That unmistakable, earth-shattering, soul-crushing theme. The Shield's theme explodes through the speakers like a bomb detonating in slow motion. The entire arena loses its collective mind. People are jumping over barricades. Security doesn't know what to do with themselves. Cameramen are scrambling to catch every angle. And walking through the smoke, wearing that familiar tactical vest, that same unstable look in his eyes, that same twisted half-smile that says he's 3 seconds away from putting someone through a table, is Dean Ambrose. He's back. The lunatic fringe has returned home. Roman and Seth don't move. They just stand there, watching their brother emerge from the shadows like he never left. Like the years apart were just a bad dream. Dean stops at the top of the ramp. He tilts his head, studies them, and for a moment, just a brief, heart-stopping moment, you can see the emotion flicker across his face. This isn't just a reunion. This is 3 men who changed the face of professional wrestling forever, standing on the precipice of doing it all over again. Dean starts walking, slowly, methodically, every step calculated, every movement dripping with the dangerous unpredictability that made him a legend. He's not running to the ring. He's not celebrating. He's hunting. Because that's what the Shield does. They hunt. The camera catches the sweat already forming on his forehead, the veins in his neck pulsing with adrenaline, his fists clenched so tight his knuckles are white. This man is ready to go to war. He reaches the ring, slides under the bottom rope in that signature Shield style, pops up to his feet, and now they're face to face. The Hounds of Justice, the most dominant faction to ever lace up a pair of boots. Roman, stoic and powerful. Seth, intense and electric. Dean, wild and unpredictable. The holy trinity of destruction standing in the center of the ring while the entire wrestling world watches with bated breath. Nobody speaks. The crowd is screaming so loud you can barely hear yourself think. Chants of "this is awesome" shake the rafters. But the 3 men in the ring just stare at each other. Years of history flashing between them. The debuts. The domination. The betrayals. The heartbreak. The battles. The championships. Everything that made them brothers. Everything that tore them apart. All of it hanging in the air like a loaded gun. Seth extends his hand first. Slowly. Cautiously. His eyes locked on Dean's, searching for any sign of what's coming next. Dean looks down at the hand. Time seems to freeze. This is the moment. This is where we find out if the Shield is truly back or if Dean Ambrose came back for revenge. Roman watches, ready for anything, his massive frame coiled like a spring. Dean reaches out, grabs Seth's hand, pulls him in, and they embrace. A real embrace. Brothers reuniting after a war that almost destroyed them both. Roman steps forward, wraps his arms around both of them, and the three men stand there in the center of the ring in a moment so powerful, so genuine, that you can feel it through the screen. Grown men in the audience are wiping tears from their eyes. This isn't just wrestling anymore. This is family coming home. But this is the Shield. And the Shield doesn't do heartwarming reunions without consequences. Because as these three men break their embrace and look toward the entrance ramp, the entire locker room appears. Every rival, every enemy, every superstar who's ever felt the wrath of the Shield and sworn revenge. They line the ramp like an army preparing for war. 30-plus superstars, all with scores to settle, all with bones to pick, all ready to make sure the Shield's reunion is short-lived. The tension ratchets up to an unbearable level. Dean, Seth, and Roman position themselves in the ring, fists raised, backs together, forming that iconic Shield triangle formation. They're outnumbered 15-1. The odds are impossible. Any normal men would run, but the Shield isn't made of normal men. These are warriors who built their legacy on being outnumbered and coming out on top anyway. The superstars on the ramp start advancing, slowly at first, then faster. They're surrounding the ring now, circling like sharks who've smelled blood in the water. The crowd is on their feet. This is about to explode into absolute chaos. Dean's eyes are darting from target to target, calculating which poor soul he's going to destroy first. Seth is bouncing on his toes, ready to fly. Roman is cracking his knuckles, ready to spear someone straight into next week. And listen, before this situation goes completely nuclear, before bodies start flying and the ring becomes a war zone, I need to ask you something real quick. Are you enjoying this? Is your heart racing like mine? Then do me a solid. Hit that like button right now. Show some love. Drop a comment telling me who you think gets demolished first when this fight breaks out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is Slamzone. This is where we break down the moments that define wrestling history. Join the family. We're building something special here, and I want you to be part of it. Now let's get back to this absolute madness. The first superstar slides into the ring. It's on. Dean Ambrose explodes forward with that signature clothesline that nearly takes the man's head off. Seth launches himself off the ropes with a knee to another attacker's face. Roman charges like a freight train, spearing someone so hard they might need to check dental records to identify the body. The Shield is fighting with the same ruthless precision that made them legendary. They're moving as one unit, as one force of nature, protecting each other's backs while systematically dismantling everyone foolish enough to enter their domain. Bodies are flying everywhere. Superstars are rolling out of the ring holding ribs, jaws, and their wounded pride. But more keep coming. They keep pushing forward. The Shield is fighting off wave after wave, but even legends get tired. Even warriors feel the weight of impossible odds. You can see the exhaustion starting to creep in. Roman takes a cheap shot to the back. Seth gets pulled out of the ring and swarmed by 4 guys. Dean is left alone in the ring, surrounded by 8 superstars closing in on him. This is where Dean Ambrose shows why he's called the lunatic fringe. With his brothers down, with enemies on all sides, does he panic? Does he back down? Absolutely not. He smiles. That twisted, unhinged smile that says he's exactly where he wants to be. In the chaos. In the violence. In the beautiful destruction. He charges forward, taking the fight to all 8 men at once, throwing wild punches, forearms, elbows, whatever it takes. He's not trying to win. He's trying to survive. And more importantly, he's buying time for his brothers to recover. Seth slides back into the ring, immediately hitting a superkick that drops one attacker. Roman follows, recovered and angrier than ever, laying waste to anyone within arm's reach. The 3 of them rally. They regroup. They remember who they are. The Hounds of Justice. The most feared faction in WWE history. And slowly, impossibly, they start turning the tide. The energy shifts. The crowd is absolutely losing their minds. Chants of Shield. Shield. Shield echo through the arena like a war cry. One by one, the superstars retreat. They've realized what everyone eventually realizes when facing the Shield. You can't beat them. Not with numbers. Not with strategy. Not with anything. Because the Shield doesn't lose when they're together. Dean, Seth, and Roman stand tall in the center of the ring, chests heaving, covered in sweat, bodies aching, but victorious. Unbreakable. Unstoppable. United. They raise their fists together in that iconic Shield pose. The crowd roars approval. This is the moment we've been waiting for. The moment that proves some bonds can't be broken. Some brotherhoods transcend time, distance, and everything the wrestling business throws at them. The Shield is back, and the entire WWE roster just got put on notice. As the show goes off the air, the camera focuses on the three men standing together, and you can see it in their eyes. This isn't just a reunion. This is a declaration of war. This is a promise that chaos has returned, that domination is back on the menu, that every championship, every rivalry, every storyline in WWE just got infinitely more dangerous because the hounds of justice are hunting again. Brothers and sisters, we just witnessed history. We just watched three legends remember who they are and reclaim their throne. If this moment gave you chills, if you felt every second of that intensity, then please, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, drop a comment telling me what you think the Shield does next. Because this is just the beginning. Slamzone is your home for breaking down these incredible moments, and I promise you, we're just getting started. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know. Spread the word. The Shield is back, and we're all witnesses. Until next time, stay hungry, stay passionate, and remember, this is where legends are made.